my god, ya Allah. Kamu sih, Ji. Lah itu si Salma dorong-dorong meja.
Aku dorong juga sama Sasa. Kok aku sih? Aku belas gara-gara SS itu.
Ayo bantuin.
Kamu sih, Ji.
Sekilas
Kantor kita. Cia. Yo. Gila, sumpah gue gimana gak sih?
we cordially inform to you for today's seminar, and the session will begin in no time. Those are information for today's seminar, rules and regulations. First, participants are expected to turn on the camera and turn off the microphone while the speaker use virtual background during the event. 3. Participants use real names on Zoom account. 4. Participants can to be asked in the Q&A session. 5. Participants are allowed to ask questions by writing in the chat box. 6. The participants are allowed to activate the microphone during live question in Q&A session if the moderator has allowed. 7. Participants are prohibited from interrupting the speaker during the presentation. 8. The presence link will be shared at the end of the event in the chat box and will not be distributed in the participant group. 9. Certificates are only given to participants who have registered, participate in international seminar, and filled out attendance. 10. The speaker's material will be shared in participant group. 11. The international seminar is free of charge at all. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to extend our warmest welcome to you to International Seminar on Education with theme The Digital Technology for Young Learners, Theory, Challenges, and Ways Forward. Today, 17th of December 2022, Mu'alimat Muhammadiyah School of Yogyakarta. All praise be to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the merciful and the beneficent one who creates the world to the all mankind. Salawat and salam be upon to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who saved the human life from destruction in the safety. That's the right path of Allah. We would like to express our deepest gratitude to the Honorable Board of Trustee of Madrasah Mu'alimin Mu'alimat Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, the Honorable Director of Mu'alimat Muhammadiyah School of Yogyakarta, Ibu Unik Rashidah MPD, the Honorable Director of Mu'alimin Muhammadiyah School of Yogyakarta, Bapak Ali Aulia LC Mhum, the Honorable Associate Professor T.S. Dr. Arumugam Rahman as a speaker from University Utara Malaysia. The Honorable Dr. Ashish Kumar Tamrakar, Associate Professor RSR Rungta Engineering and Technology, Bilai, India. The Honorable Mr. Arjay Santiago MAED as a speaker from Strismut Prakan School, Thailand. The Honorable Mr. Zulazri bin Yusuf MED as a speaker from SMK Sultanah Asma, Malaysia. The Honorable Mr. Dwi Setiawan MPD as a speaker from Mu'alimat Muhammadiyah School of Yogyakarta, Indonesia. and also all participants of International Seminar on Education. The International Seminar on Education is bring up the captivating theme, the digital technology for young learners, theory, challenges, and ways forward as response to the urgency of technology in globalization era, especially in education needs. As advances in technology drive globalization and digital transformation, teachers can help students acquire the necessary skills to succeed in the careers of the future. Educators and learners are currently required to master digital technology in education. The International Seminar on Education is held by Mu'alimat Muhammadiyah School of Yogyakarta, which attended by more than 300 participants, 102 schools and colleges, 70 cities, 10 countries. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on this nice occasion, let me deliver the structure of the event today as follows. The first, opening. The second, recitation of Holy Quran. The third, sing the national anthem Indonesia Raya. The fourth, opening speech. The fifth, main session. The sixth, closing and photo session. The first agenda is opening. Let's begin our seminar by reciting Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hopefully, with reading earlier, this event can run smoothly as it should. Ladies and gentlemen, the second agenda is recitation of Holy Quran that will be recited by our student, Kiara Nur Musharafah. To Kiara Nur Musharafah, you might take the floor.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu taqullaha haqqa tuqatih ittaqullaha haqqa tuqatih wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. Wa'tasimu bihablillahi jami'an wa la tafarraqu. واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون وأولئك هم المفلحون Shadaqallahul azim. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
May Allah always give us guidance and help. The third agenda is singing the national anthem Indonesia Raya. To the committee, we please.
Bangsa
Honorable distinguished speaker, ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is speech that will be delivered by the director of Mu'alimat Muhammadiyah School of Yogyakarta. To Ibu Unik Rashidah MPD, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Amma ba'd. I would like to thank you to God Allah Subhanahu wa taala who has been giving us blessing and mercy so we can attend this meeting program in a good condition. My salawat and salam are always given to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who taught their people respectively in order to attain happy and prosperous life in this world and hereafter. Honorable all the speaker, Professor Dr. Arumugam from Malaysia, the speaker from India, Dr. Asis Kumar Tamrakar, and then Mr. Zulasri bin Yusuf, MED from SMK Sultanah Asma, Malaysia, and then for Mr. Arjay Santiago, Mr. Education from Street Mutrakam, Thailand, and also Mr. Dwi Setiawan, MPD from Madrasah Mu'alimat Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, Indonesia. And respectable for the participant this seminar from the principal and also the teacher of Muhammadiyah Elementary School from the East Java, Central Java, and also Yogyakarta. And the teacher and employees of Madrasah Mu'alimat Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. It is a great pleasure for me to welcome you to this seminar about the digital technology for young learners, theory, challenges, and way forwards. Talk about education in digital era, we can find the positive and negative effect from it. As we know that the digital era influenced all aspects of the life. For negative effect, we know that the many people jobless, the companies use digital so that many people are replaced by machine, and also hoax information, there are cyberbullying and anti-social. However, this digital era has positive effects as learning teaching process easier. We can take the advantage of technology for integrating our method in a teaching process. The second positive effect of our digital era is getting information easily and quickly. We can receive the information from all the world in a second. The third, getting entertainment easily. Maybe like watching movie, watching podcast, listening music anytime, without worrying about the missing of it. The fourth, effective and efficient of time. We don't need to go anywhere to buy some food or product. We can buy from marketplace and just stay at home. The product will come to you. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, this seminar, I would like to express of my appreciation to all the speakers and all the participants. I think this seminar is important how to know use a digital wisely. Hope through this event we all can learn to be a good teacher. Once again, welcome and thank you very much for attending this event. I wish all participants good luck. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks to Ibu Unik Rashidah for the enlightening speech. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to our main session. All presentation and discussion will be moderated by our moderator, Ms. Imastuti Tricahyani MA. To Ms. Imastuti Tricahyani MA, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear my voice clearly? Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Director of Madrasah Muallimat Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, Ustadzah Unik Rashida MPD, the honorable speakers of this event, and the respectable teachers, lecturers, educators, and all participants around the world. Rabbi israh li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amin. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Imastuti, the moderator of this seminar. I'm very happy to see you here and welcome all of you to this event. Today's seminar is about digital technology for young learners, theory, challenges, and ways forward. Well, before we begin this presentation, let me tell you about how this seminar would go. In the seminar, we have two sessions. For first session is about half an hour. So for each material will be delivered in 30 minutes and followed by question and answer session. And the first session, we have two distinguished speakers. Yeah. Here we have Mr. Associate Professor T.S. Dr. Arumagam A.L. Rahman, from University Utara Malaysia, and Dr. Asis Kumar Tamrakar from RSR Engineering and Technology, Bhilai, India. Please give big appreciation for both distinguished speakers. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Associate Professor T.S. Dr. Arumagam A.L. Rahman is a member and professional technology in the School of Education, University Utara Malaysia. And his research interests include education technology, instructional technology, and computers in education. And he has written international articles and books which have been published at national and international levels. Now, allow me to welcome the speaker, Mr. Associate Professor T.S. Arumagam A.L. Rahman. Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, the screen is
First
yours.
of all, I'd like to thank your director of madrasa, and then especially the moderator, and then teachers, and beloved participants. I would like to say Salam Musra from Malaysia. So, can we start our speech today?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Sorry. Today my topic is about the opportunities and challenges assessment in education 4.0. I would like to ask you to think why this topic is important for present scenario in education. First of all, we know that there is a rapid advancement in technology, and we have a very tremendous growth in the social media, and then we can see this tremendous advanced technology have a great impact on the education current education system. I think Indonesia and then South Asian countries are not set aside, cannot be set aside by these developments. However, we have to follow the trend, and then we have to follow the changes that's happening around us. That is the most important things. So therefore, we have to identify the alternative assessment in education. Previously, we have conventional assessment, which is we can say that more student learner centered. We can therefore I divided this speech into four main components. First is I'm going to introduce the alternative assessment. What means what the necessary, why it is important now, the alternative assessment, and then how we're going to report the learner's performance, the latest alternative assessment, and then how the alternative assessment is pursued in the higher education, especially tertiary education, and then what are the challenges we have. So we can have these four important parts in my speech. So the first thing we have to see the background of the speech. Before 21st century, we can say that knowledge is merely transmitted in nature, where the lecturer gives the teaching in the classroom, whereas the students only receive as a receivers. So the dissemination of the knowledge is from the educators. Educators are considered as experts and the learners considered as a novice. So the role of educators considered as a knower and then transmitter of the knowledge. Morely, we can say before the 21st century, most of the education is authoritarian based, where the teacher control the classroom, the content, how the teacher going to teach is solely depend the teacher himself. So you can see that the current tremendous changes in education. We can see that beyond of the century, we can see now we are more concerned of knowledge constructions. We are more on rely on theories of learning like constructivism, where we can say that learners are constructing the knowledge based on the prior knowledge. So now also we can see that learning is mediated through different type of channels. We can through the WhatsApp, we can learn from the website, we can learn from the softwares, and then these are we call different type of channels. We can learn from Zoom or Webex or learning management portals, and these are the different type of channels we have to teach the students. In the same time, the students able to interact with us. So educators, in this case, a facilitator, act as a facilitator where ensure learners become engaged in the classroom. Comparing with the beyond 21st century, we can say that the more the knowledge given by the lecturers is unsure whether the student have received the knowledge from the teacher. Whilst these things are making the sense of knowledge in future. So if you consider about the assessment, what are the important thing is the learning outcome. So teaching and learning are two sides of coin. You cannot have one without another. So those you cannot really treat these two as a separate. Similarly, the outcomes and assessment is connected. When learning outcomes are developed, we need to begin the end in the mind. So the end in the teaching is the assurance of learning. Whether the learning is happened or not, it is more highly dependent on the assessment that we are going to conduct. So this is how more important, which is considered two sides of the coin. So before that we pursue the further, we should understand the terminologies in the current scenario. So what is the difference between the testing? What actually they call testing, what they call actually assessment, measurement, evaluation. So the 3-4 important differences are more important when you consider or designing the assessment for the student. In addition, we can say that there are 3 important words that are more must be understood clearly by the teachers. So the first thing is strategy. Strategy is something that relates to the various ways how the assessment is carried out in the classroom. Whereas the technique is assessment related to specified procedures and processes. However, the tools are considered as assessment that relates to measuring tool, like a rubric, we have a checklist. These are the more considered as a tool. How we going to assess the students in a classroom? So we go by one. What is testing actually? Testing is considered as a test pen. So let's say one electrician want to test whether there is a flow of current in a particular wire. So what he does, he just try to use the test pen and try to test whether there is a flow of the current. The similar case here, testing can be used to measure the level of knowledge, skill, and attitude. That is we call testing. Testing means, we put in a simple way, we have to make sure there is a learning is happen in the classroom. Okay. Therefore, testing is not about failing the learners. It is not about the failing the learners. It is just to test whether the learning is happen or not. If something is happen or not, the teacher enter the class and teach, facilitating the interaction between the student and teachers, and then make sure there is happen something in the classroom. That is we call test. Okay. And then second is we call a measurement. So how we measure the assessment here? So we have a 4 level of measurements. Most probably you have seen this in the statistics. So we call a nominal, count by category, like a male or female. Like we have another measurement level, ordinal. Let's say the level of agreement. I agree, the most agree, I do not agree. Something is we call a Likert scale. This is called ordinal level of measurement. And then the third is interval, where there is 0 is carrying some kind of weightage. Like we have a temperature. 0 temperature means there is something said by the temperature. It is a freezing state, is a 0. But however, we go for the ratio measurement, he said 0 is absence of, there is a nothing, absolute 0. It means 0 means like a 0 kilometer. 0 kilometer means that there is no distance. 0 money, 0 score. So this is the difference between the interval ratio and then interval and ratio. Interval is there is the value for the 0, whereas the ratio is there is a no 0. No 0, it means no value. So these 4 measurement must be keep in mind by the teachers when they conduct the assessment. What level of measurement they are going to use to measure the learning in the classroom. So based on the collection of information about what learners know is called assessment. So the assessment, you can see here in my slide, I divided in 3 important things. Assessment of learning. Assessment of learning is the output of the assessment. You must understand. Assessment for learning is considered like a feedback from the oral and written feedback. Assessment as learning means is a reflective entries in the journals. So the word of, for, and as itself are bringing a different meaning in assessment. So you must understand very clearly when you try to write what type of the assessment you're going to use in the classroom. So this is main thing we call the interaction, nature. So what are the types of evaluation we are using? We have a diagnostic test before we are streaming the students in the classroom, especially in the secondary schools. And then we have a placement test, we have a formative test, summative test, and then norm reference, criterion reference, and then interim or benchmark. So these are we have a lot of evaluation types, but I listed the important evaluations. Okay. So what are the principles and concept of assessment? So when you design your assessment, make sure it is free from bias, and then consider fairness, valid and reliable. These are the principles already we applied previously in before the 21st century assessment. We call or we can say conventional assessment method. We already applied, but these are still relevant when we are considering for the alternative assessment. So what are the challenges in the conventional assessment? Conventional assessment is in the form of test, normally in the form of test, quiz or final examination, or known as a paper and pencil test. It is a very standard test we are used before. We are still using it. But so to what extent actually reliable this conventional assessment measuring the real learning that's happened in the classroom? That is a more important things. So surely we can see here from this, there are so many other things are left out, like practical skills, communication skills, or the theoretical skills are left out in the conventional assessment. Therefore, we have to consider these conventional ways of assessment to transfer to the alternative assessment, which we are encompassing a holistic assessment, which covers the students' skills and then students' practical knowledge and then theoretical knowledge. At the same time, they have mastered in the three important domains: cognitive, psychomotor, and content knowledge. So from here you can see we already passed through many generations. Before 1945, we call maturist. And then before 1960, we call baby boomers, where most of them are focusing on job security. And then we have Generation X until 1980, where there is a work-life balance, digital immigrants, and we have a personal computers image in our life. And then we have Y generation is until 1995. We saw that there is a lot of freedom and the flexibility. Digital smartphones exist in our life. And then we can say that the social media, the use of social media, image spreadly around the world. And then finally, we have the babies born after 1995. We call their technoholics now. They have the TikTok, and then WhatsApp, and then they have Telegrams, and then Instagrams. All these kind of new technologies development make them technoholic. They can't live without this phone. They cannot live without the smartphone. And then we can have the now nano computing, 3D printing, driverless car, Google car, handheld communication devices, and then wireless devices, sensories, Internet of Things. These are we call Generation Z, where they're born after 1995. So how are you going to assess this kind of students now? You cannot use the conventional method to assess them. It is illogical to say that you're going to use the previous or the conventional method to evaluate the technoholic students. Now it is impossible, and then it's incorrect. So therefore, we need the alternative assessment here. So why are we seeking it? Why are we seeking it? As I said, that due to the learners' capability, and then the learners' exposure to the latest digitized technology, we have to rethink the assessment, the previous assessment, and then we have to consider alternative assessment, and which is crucially is focused on outcome-based education. So therefore, there is a need to search for alternative ways to do assessment, and this requires the need for one to understand the further what alternative assessment is. So these are the main things. So alternative assessment is indirect contrast. You must underline the word indirect contrast, that what is known as conventional assessment. Okay, it is we have to flip the conventional assessment to alternative assessment. Okay, you can see the comparison here. The conventional assessment depends on learners' proxy measures, whereas alternative depends on direct measures. And then it is fostering extrinsic motivation, whereas it fosters intrinsic motivation. And then we can see that encourages memorize. Memorize options are widely available in conventional method, because most of the assessment is measuring how good a student can memorize the fact. Whereas in alternative assessment, we can encourage a divergent thinking in generating possible answers. Here we can see there is a higher order thinking skill, creative thinking skills, and then critical thinking skills emerges to answer any question is posed by the lecturer. So you can see here we can see the assessment now. We have a conventional assessment, alternative assessment divided into two important assessments. It is we call authentic assessment and then performance-based assessment. So what is authentic assessment? Authentic assessment is a part of alternative assessment where there is the learners are asked to carry out real world situations. Let's say I give you one sample. Let's say you want to teach a geography about the desert in Africa. How can a student stays in the tropical country can understand the desert, the people who are living in desert and their culture in the Sahara? So what we can do, what actually we are expecting, we have to send the student at least one semester to the African country to live there and then make a logbooks and then come with the result. What are his experience and then report to the supervisor. That is we call real world situations that show meaningful application of essential knowledge and skill, or we can say another word, experiential learning or pedagogy. So these are we call authentic assessment. And then the second performance is based on performance-based assessment. Usually learners use their higher order thinking skills to create a product. We are looking for innovation. Why this Southeast Asian country are lack of income in terms of relying on what they call intelligent property, because we have a lack of higher order thinking that leads to the innovative concept. It means they can produce a new thing for the world where the public can use this indirectly to improve or increase the income of the poor country. So we have to invest our knowledge on these young people, which they can produce new products based on the higher order thinking skills. So what are the strategies for the alternative assessment? We can see here, to compare it with the conventional method, we have three different type. One is we call peer assessment. Peer assessment means we can ask is the co-students can evaluate the product, evaluate the output, evaluate the outcome of the assignments. And then second is self-assessment. The process of formative assessment during reflect equality of their work. They judge themselves. They have to produce what they call rubric for them, and then they evaluate themselves. And then the third is group assessment. Group of learners collaborate to solve a complex problem, thus to need a proper planning, discussion, and these things. These are mainly we are still conducting in the university level. But however, we have to bring down this assessment method to the young learners for the secondary schools or lower primary schools. So what are the techniques for the alternative assessment? We can give them project, we can give them, we can interview the students to make sure whether the students understand the content, and then we can go for technology-based assessment. We have a WebCity, we have a Moodle, we have a Blackboard, and then other things. Oral presentation, let the student, we can evaluate the presentation of the student in front of us. We can ask them to prepare the portfolios for each subject, and then we can ask them to conduct the experiments, demonstrations, structured on the demand. So alternative assessment are used to measure applied proficiency more than it measures the knowledge. So you can see you have to understand, you have to underline the word. These two is to measure, the alternative assessment is to measure applied proficiency more than the measures of knowledge. So the conventional method more focusing on the knowledge. So therefore, the educators can apply and alternative assessment strategies and techniques that are suitable for the courses based on the listed the left side. So you have to understand also that is alternative assessment is not itself stand alone. you have the constructive alignment. So what is actually constructive alignment? The assessment is conducted after the classroom. You mean the facilitations happened in the classroom more than 1 hour. So what are the how the contents to be in terms of successful alternative assessment? So there is a constructive alignment. In order to successful alternative assessment, there must be a very good constructive alignment. So constructive alignment is a key principle in designing the curriculum, delivery of the educational program. Let's say the university want to introduce a new program, introduction to innovation, let's say like that. So in this course, what are the constructive alignment you should have? So you should have all educators should understand the importance of the curriculum alignment to ensure the continuity of the curriculum offered at every level of education. So that means we call constructive alignment. Let's see further. So why it is curriculum alignment is important? To ensure the continuity from lower secondary school to the secondary school and then to the university. So you have to align the appropriate expectations assessment with the guiding student achieve to intended learning outcomes to produce useful citizens for the country. So what is the fundamentals of constructive alignment? Students construct their own knowledge through learning activities rather than being directly transferable from teacher to student. So the role of teacher is minimized. However, learning takes place through the active behavior of the student. So student control the class. It doesn't mean 100% control, but the students active 80% active in the classroom compared to the teacher. So the teacher acts as a facilitator. So before you have to design this constructive alignment that leads to alternative assessment. So you have to understand the content of the program, vision and mission of the program. What is the program purpose? What is the KPI to be achieved? You must understand everything, whatever I suggested here is all dependent to the technology, the latest technology. So you see here, I try to skip a few slides which are explaining more than the graph here. Outcome-based education is, the first thing is you have to very good curriculum, and then delivery of teaching and learning activities, and then third one is assessment. So this is we call constructive alignment. Maybe when I explain this, maybe you cannot understand. But when you see this diagram, you can see what is actually the constructive alignment. So assessment is a part of constructive alignment. The curriculum must align to the assessment. The curriculum must align to the delivery. The delivery must be aligned to the assessment. So this is we call outcome-based education. Here you can see learning outcome domain. The domain I categorized 5 domains. Number 1 is knowledge and understanding. Here you can see yourself, you have a mental map. You can see the comparison between these conventional assessment and then the alternative assessment. So in this part, you can see knowledge and understanding. And then the second is cognitive skills, and then functional skills. Functional skills can be divided into practical skills, interpersonal skills, communication skills, digital skills, numeracy skills, and leadership, autonomy, and the responsibility. So all these skills must be assessed in a program to ensure the student able to cope with the course. And then the fourth one is personal and entrepreneurial skills. Make sure every student can have these entrepreneurial skills, because when we try to produce a product, he can marketable it. And then the last one is ethics and professionalism. So these 5 components are compulsory as a learning outcome domains in a course. Here you can have a sample here. You can see the topic. Let's say we have 9 topics here. 9 topics, topic 1, 2, and 3 is assessed by assignment test number 1. Okay, you can see topic number 1, 2, and 3 assessed by assignment test number 1. Topic 4, 5, and 6 assessed by fieldwork. And then topic 7, 8, and 9 assessed by the project. Whereas topic 1 to 9 is assessed by the final exam. So for the assignment number 1, 32 hours, and then fieldwork 28 hours, project 48 hours, final exam 3 hours. And then you can have the evidence of the instrument. So how are you going to measure the assessment? How are you going to evaluate the assessment? You can see for the assignment test 1, we have a scoring rubric, paper test, and test 1, where the fieldwork we conducted for 28 hours, we have a scoring rubric, paper test 2, and test 2 scheme. For the project, we have a project task, instruction, and scoring rubric. So final exam, we have a final examination scheme. So the marks considered as 10, 40, and 10 for the final exam is 60%. And then for CLO1, CLO2, and CLO3, you can see 60, 20 to 20. This is we call a holistic assessment compared to the conventional method. We're still using, which are not covered the super skills of the students. So you can see the cluster 2, cluster 4, all is considered is skills. And then we have creating, organizing. So this one is a sample that which we are encouraged to use for the students in the classroom to make sure we evaluate the student correctly and holistically. So these are the examples. By end of this course, the students able to propose the suitable technology in building construction due to various condition and tasks. This is on a C6. C6 is considered higher skill. And then LOC is considered 1. And then method of assessment is a project. And the assessment task is the real world scenario. Students are required to do a mini research project. The students will propose the suitable method, procedures, techniques. This is called assessment task. So the hours of time, 48 hours. So this is we call alternative assessment AA element. Alternative assessment element. It's authentic, personalized, contemporary, performance-based, real-time, integrated, challenge-based. And then we have assessment method observation, presentation, and then written. And then we can use different type of measurement here, checklist, rating, scale, role play. And then we have vlog, simulation, running record, learner editor, blogs, and then so many things. So I cannot explain everything here. It's very, a lot of things I have to explain. Then this is we call integrated, authentic, profiling, personalized elements. We call alternative assessment elements. Okay, maybe I can share the slides later in case you want to look further. And then example of strategies that we can use for assessments. We can use a role play, fishbowl, try to Google and see what is fishbowl, portfolio, blog, case study, and running record. These are the examples we are used in our classroom. And then example of tools, we have a rating or scale. This example of tools that can be used to what they call scoreboard. I can give a scores for the assessment. And then we have to develop our own rubric for the particular assessment. These are the main what they call why we should have the rubric, rubric development. Rubric is important to support authentic assessment and then improve performance, promote thinking and learning. What actually the teachers doing in now the classroom is they try to give as many as assessment, but there is no rubric development. There is no rubric development, and then the rubric is not checked by the peers or other teachers to ensure the authenticity. That is very important now. We just give the assignment, and then what they can do, we try to mark ourselves without the rubric, which is developed and then endorsed by the principal. So the rubric is important for ensure the fairness to the students and make sure the students really learn in the classroom. So this is we call anatomy of the analytic rubric, and then this is called holistic rubric. We have a criteria 1 and 2, 3. We have to separate the answers according to the low, moderate, and high. Whereas the holistic is we divide the scores low, moderate, and high, which is most of the what they call summative tests use these descriptions. And then you can see there are 5 steps to develop the rubrics. Rubrics are very important. You cannot deny it. Please understand rubric very important to ensure this is a fairness to the students. To be fair to the students, you have to develop the rubrics. Without rubrics, you shouldn't mark the paper.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. For interrupting, your time is maybe
Okay, thank you very much.
4 minutes
So
more.
this is the last slide.
Okay, thank
Maybe
you.
the last slide. So when you completed your rubric, make sure there is a validity and reliability, and then make sure the phase validity, construct validity, concurrent validity, predictive validity, and then we have a step, so consider the validities, and then make sure the rubrics are all validated and then useful for your students. So thank you very much for humbly and then listening my speech. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye. Any questions?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Aru Raman, yeah, for the enlightening presentation. Maybe for a Q&A session will be after the second speaker, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, going to the next speaker, we have Dr. Asis Kumar Tamrakar, yeah, from Bilai, India. Okay, Dr. Asis Kumar Tamrakar is Associate Professor R Rungta Engineering and Technology, Bilai, India. So please welcome Mr. Dr. Asis Kumar Tamrakar.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Thank you, everyone. And especially thanks, Director of Madrasa. And before starting of the lecture, Namaste, all of you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Yeah, can I start?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, my slide is visible to all.
Okay, yeah. Maybe Dr. Asis, maybe you can send the PPT to Mr. Setia. Okay, then we will help you to. Okay, yeah.
2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. I think that your presentation material have been shown in the Zoom clearly. Okay, for this participant, okay, yeah. For the participant who have any questions, maybe you can, after Dr. Asis Kumar presents his presentation, you may, what is it? You may activate your tool, raise hand tool, or you may type on the chat box. Yeah. Okay, while we are waiting for the presentation. If you have any question, you may write down your the question in the chat box. Okay. Yeah, for your information that we have in today's seminar, we have participants from all over the world. That is 355 participants and 102 schools and colleges from 70 cities and 10 countries. Wow, thank you very much for joining this seminar today. Hopefully, we can meet in the next year, inshallah. Okay, maybe how about the presentation from, okay, maybe 1 minute more? Yeah. We are very happy to have you here from the speakers and also all the participants around the world. Okay.
Can I start now, ma'am?
Okay, Dr. Asis Kumar. Yeah, you may start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, one very good morning to everyone present here, especially thanks to Director of Madrasa and my friend Shetwaji. Yeah. Today, I just want to focus the digital technology and challenges we are facing in the area.
Hello, Dr. Asis Kumar.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, actually some network problem is here today. Just running here. So some network problem here, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. Please share my slide.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. Today in the discussion, I just want to share the digital technology for young learner in India. Next slide, please. Yeah, before starting of this, next slide. Before starting this, I just want to focus about the what is the digital technology we are using here. Yeah, digital technology in education have given a rise of various learning management system, LMS, and this LMS have promoted virtual classroom where a teacher can interact with the student in the real time, share his resources, and deliver the lecture across student learning, collect feedback, and reply to their queries. This is one new method we adopted during the pandemic time. You also know that in the pandemic time, we all the close in our home and know any method to communicate with the each other. Then that time we are using and full flash we are using the digital technology and digital platform to communicate with each other, especially in education sector. In education sector, we also know we are using a different methodology, techniques, and resources to communicate with the students and delivering the lectures, PPT, and whatever the resource we just share with the student with the help of the digital platform in our India. We also using many technologies to communicate with the students and their parents about his and her education. Yeah, Indian government and Chhattisgarh governments also play a very important role for that things. We are organized the many types digital programs for the student as well as the parents, and also just motivate and sharing what the use of technology and how we have to use the technology in our practical life. In the pandemic time, we also know that it's a very tough time for us, not able to communicate with each other in a physically manner. And nowadays, the situation is well, and now we are just running the everything in an offline manner. But before this, this is not possible for us last 2 years. And the pandemic time, this is a very tough time for us, not able to communicate and physically presence of the students. Then that time the government of India, the government of Chhattisgarh plan a different digital platform to communicate with the students and teacher also. Next slide, please. Yeah. Some examples I just added in here for the educational technology, interactive whiteboards, virtual reality headset. We also know that before this, I just listened the words of one speaker, Arun Ramanji. He's nicely explained about the different teaching methodologies and also evolution processor. Yeah, but here I just want to explain and just sharing the information which type of technology we are using in India. You also know that this is also a good one platform. Here I'm using a Zoom app and Google Meet and everything to communicate with you and a student also. Before the pandemic and on the time of pandemic, we also interact with this tool to interact with the student, and we are trying to give us some good knowledge and share some good knowledge between the student and us. Interactive whiteboard, that means we also know in the digital platform we are using different tools. like Google and Google Outlook and Google Meet, Google and many times tool we are purchased and we are just used with communicate with the each other and students especially. There many types features is provided by the different tool like interactive whiteboard. That means there we can just write down the question, we can just explain the everything with the help of these features. And virtual reality headset, that means students can use VT headers with the specific app. These headsets even work well with regular video filmed by 360-degree cameras. What's the cost of a headsets used to be beyond some budget? More affordable option have recently become available. That means in a home, with the help of this software tools and the digital platform, we can learn many things very easily manner in sit with our home. Next slide, please. 3D printing and podcast. That means the whenever we are look, the technology day to day will be increased. If I'm taking a very simple example, nowadays we are watching a movie in a 5D and 10G. That means we can just feel everything in the front of us. 3D printing has been taking a place for over 30 years, but the 3D printers didn't started becoming affordable until the last few years. We also know that uh, in the time of pandemic, COVID time, we are all the learn many things, especially in terms of digital platform, how we can use it and how we can just communicate with each other. Now, next slide, please. Yeah. Now, you also know that in the coin there is a two faces. Definitely, whenever it's good for us to sharing everything, then definitely we are facing some challenges for the digital technology in here. Like first, social challenges. Over the last decade, there has been a much debate about the social implementation of ICTs for a young, especially for a young. In fact, some yeah. Previous slide, please. No, not next. Previous. Yeah, that's. Thank you. Yeah, in a social challenge, physical challenges, both the very critical rules in there. We can feel the everything. That is every event on us will able to interact. We can just hear and feel it. Everything in a proper manner and interact with each other like physical. But definitely we are using the virtual platform, but we feel that yes, it's happening front of us like this. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, some of the challenges which I observed in here. First, different rulers background in here, the mind setup and psychological challenges, mental, ethical and religion challenges also in here. because you know that the most of the time generally we are using in English language or the local language also. Maybe signal is not good. Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, actually I got one message. Yeah, yeah. Then in this case, in India, we are dealing with a different religions and different varieties of the pupil. Yeah, different variety of the pupils. That means in this case, it's not possible to build a software and a digital platform regarding this. In India, we have different rural belts also, villages also. And another important things, the main challenge is the network facilities is there. It's a very big challenge for us. But the government of India and government of Chhattisgarh also try to sort out, and most of the area is sorted by us, and we are giving in this type of digital platform features to the all. But in the terms of a language, there will be some problems. But nowadays, the most of the personality using and aware the digital technology advantage and disadvantage also the digital platform. Next slide, please. Yeah. On the time of COVID and before this, India just trying to deal with the different launch the different projects, because now we know in this type conditions is also occur many times, like a COVID and another virus and everything. Then we just want to stand ourselves front of the everyone. In this case, India is trying to conduct or organize or just produce many projects which is completely based on our digital technology, especially for the young learner education sector. Yeah, there is the one is NMEJCT, National Mission of Education through Information and Communication Technology. This is the one part of our Ministry of Education where we are just launches a many platform for the student as well as teacher also. They are providing a many type free of cost videos. First, many types library system. Second, and many types of tool which is useful for learning of the students. Next slide, please. 2009. On 2009, we are starting the project. Okay. Now here we are launched the one good project is now, and his name is SWAM. And actually the full form is SWAM, Study Wave of Active Learner for Young Aspiring Minds. That means here we are launch a different project, especially for the young generation, especially for the school education personalities, students, teachers. In the SWAM, we are just characterize the many things under this website, digital platform website SWAM. You can search in Google. Okay, just you got. Okay, we will cover all the syllabus of the primary level and secondary level, like for classes 11, 12 NCERT boards syllabus covered, and we built and whenever you are visiting this website, then you found we are adding a different video as well as the material for the student, how they can improve the mathematics, how they can improve the science, and this all the things are available under this Swayam websites. So the government of India tried to just launched and also trying to launching the different web portal and digital platform for the student as well as the teacher, instructor, and everything. We are just trying to cover the and also identify the problem of a ground level villagers and everything, and store the everything in a one or two websites. Yeah. Next slide, please. This is the one project I just explained here. Second is Swayam Prabha. Third is Nestle Digital Library, NDL. Yeah, this is a very good digital platform for the student, youngers, and slow learn everyone. Here we are used different books stored in that particular software, in particular this digital platform, and a student can just register themselves and openly access all the books and material, video, audio related to their subject, easily just get and use for the purpose. Now, next is a one spoken tutorial also available in there, which is a help to increase the languages and also to help how to communicate and represent yourself in the front of any team or on the time of job. There is a one portal of spoken tutorial is available there. There are 10 minutes long audio, video, and tutorial, and which is also free of cost and open for all. We have to just log in there, and we can learn many things in the form of audio, in the form of video. And most another important things that Indian government will also try to build the video in different languages, because here we are dealing with the different religions, different languages like a Tamil, Marathi, Hindi, English. So government is also try to build the video in the many languages. Yeah. And most of the digital platform for a student and for a faculties is completely free of cost. No any single charges taken by the government of India, government of Chhattisgarh, and Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education is also focused and built a one library system where they can just store the different and all types of books related to engineering, related to language, related to 11, 12, 10, BSc, MSc, all the courses, books they just stored in one place. Especially in online manner. Means there is one portal, we have to register. We have to register in there. We have to only register in there. And now after that, we can easily access and download all the books which we have to required as a professor, as a teacher, as a educator. We can access easily. There is one good initiative by the government, and the technical name is FOSSEE, Free and Open Software for Education. There is a one good portal by the government of India, government of Ministry of India. There they just store the everything in a one place. We can easily and free of cost we can download. Already 2,000 colleges and billions of students already registered in there and easily access and use this digital platforms provided by the Government of India, Ministry of Education. Next slide, please. Virtual lab, e-yantra, virtual lab. You also know that in the COVID time, this is not possible for us for a live demonstration and live project built in the physical manner. But we are just trying to use some concept of a virtual lab. The lab project is to develop a fully interactive simulation environment to perform the experiment, collection data, and answer the question to access understand of the knowledge acquired. That means with the help of this virtual platform, digital platform, there is a one feature of the virtual lab where we can do everything like a physical manner. We can do everything. Suppose I am taking a one simple example. If I just want to run a C programming, in this case, whenever we are search in a Google, there is a one compiler, one online compiler is a C compiler, and we can write the code in there and easily we can run. That means this is the virtually we can do the everything, and you just feel it. This all the things happen the front of you. Then this is called actually virtual lab. Yeah, in a Chhattisgarh, we are launch one Atal Thinking Lab, where we just using all the virtualizations tool, simulations, and some IoT, Internet of Things we are using here and building a different and creating a different new things with the help of the virtual lab. Yeah. Now next is e-yantra. E-yantra is a project for enabling effective education across energy engineering college in India to embedded system and robotics. Here, with the help of this digital platform, this is a very useful for the especially the engineering college and colleges who are dealing with the AI, artificial intelligence, and robotics. Okay, all the tools are available in the website of e-yantra, and we can also use it, and we can just build in a different robotics in a virtual manner, So these are the some I just explained about some digital platform we are used right now, or we are using in here, and most of the colleges, most of the school, university also using this all the virtual lab, Swayam, and this all the platform here. Next slide, please. Yeah. Here we are just running a one courses of the NCERT, the Department of School Education, and the Ministry of Human Resources Development. Different time they are just changing the syllabus, as well as they are launching a new technology in a digital platform. The main role is played by the NCERT to just providing us a different e-resources. That means whenever we are visit the website of the NCERT, then there is an option of e-resources where they are just store the everything related to their courses, as well as according to syllabus. They are just providing us a many types of short videos of IIT's personalities, NIT's personalities, and just stored in there for our support, for the student support, and we can easily learn and listen the speak of the IITs and NIT personality. It's a very free of cost and open for all. You have to only just visit the website and you can fetch all the information about this. Next slide, please. Yeah. Here, the another important things which I just want to share in here. National Repository of Open Education Resources, NROER. He also launched a one portal in 2008. In 2008, they just launched 14,000 files related to the education system, especially the student for the 10th and 12th. Here 10th and 12th is the board education in here in India and Chhattisgarh also. So they just prepare the all the just to focus the all the previous questions paper first and store in there first. Second, they're just giving the answer of the questions and also store in there. Also built some video by the NITs and IITs professor, which is related to the topic and also stored in there. For that things, the most of the organization is connected to the NROER and using the resources available in the online manner. Next slide, please. Yeah. You also know that ICT in education curriculums is played a very important role. And nowadays, if whenever we want to deliver the any topic, especially for the offline purpose, especially for the offline, if we want to display or deliver the any topic, if we are using the ICT lab or using a projector and using some activity, and we are explaining this topic, this is definitely very useful, and especially for the slow learner student, fastly catch the main concept of the topic. For that ICT concept, we also launched the digital platform, where we are installed a different video, and ICT lab we also use in, I think, our campus also, where we can just sharing the information with the help of projector, with the help of another resources like a internet, like a Google. We can search and just showing the student, okay, this topic is working like this. Digital learning initiated by CBSE. CBSE board is also here, just launching a many websites and many digital platform for the especially student of the CBSE 10th, 12th. They just upload all the previous performance of the student is there, and the view of the top 10 students also recorded and just put in there, so that just a student just learn and listen the words of the topper, how they are prepare, which type tools, components they use, and just sharing the information between the students. Next, please. Yeah. Now I'm just talking about a Chhattisgarh remote learning. Yeah. Now I'm talking about the Chhattisgarh remote learning initiative. In the COVID time, we in a Chhattisgarh location is also affected. Almost world is also affected, but most of the area of Chhattisgarh is affected, because in a Chhattisgarh where I'm just staying, we are just around the villages and different type of religions and languages we are using here. This is a very tough challenge for the Chhattisgarh government to provide the education to the student, especially because we are in the remote area. So the government of Chhattisgarh initiated many things. Sir, please, next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. First, initiate by the Chhattisgarh government, Padhai Tumar Dwar. That means education in your door, where the government of Chhattisgarh plan to visit or just select one area, one secure area, and just providing, just sending us some teacher is there, and the teacher just visit in there and teach the student. Okay, then this is the actually the Chhattisgarh word, padhai tumhar dwar. That's the Chhattisgarh word, but in Hindi, in English, education in your home. In this type, many things happened, organized in India for improving the education level of the student, as well as the level of faculty also increase. Digital platform is played a very important role in here. Nowadays Baizu and many types of companies are launching a different app. They are hiring the educated personality, just giving the online lecture. Where during the COVID time, we understand that the use of the digital platform, hope you all know, hope you all know the importance of the digital platform. Nowadays we can learn anything in our home. We just only want the network facility, and with the help of this we can register ourselves in a different platform, and easily live demonstration, virtual lab, and everything we can learn in with the help of a digital platform. This is a very big advantage. And also government of India, government of Chhattisgarh initiate many different, which I already explained, different web portals, different digital platform launched by the government for the student as well as the teacher. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is one another platform, digital platform provided by the Chhattisgarh government. This is a Diksha, digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing. The objective of this initiative to provide access to the high quality connect created by the teacher with the help of a QR coded on a textbook. The Department of School Education launched the Diksha initiative is earlier 2018 with the printing of 4300 QR code printed in 67 title textbooks for a class 1 to 10. Actually, this Diksha platform provided for the school education purpose, where the government of Chhattisgarh tried to cover class 1 to 10 students. They just upload many books, many videos by the experts, notes, everything's uploaded in this website. Everything uploaded in there. With the help of some QR code, we can easily access and watch everything by this digital platform of Diksha. This is a very great initiative by the government of India, Ministry of Education, and the Chhattisgarh government also to cover the all the students, especially for the school level. Next slide, please. Digi Dunia, ICT at a school level. It's also helped us. It's also helped us to provide the digital classroom in virtual manner. Okay, so that means in the virtual manner we can just lab it, and we can just feel the experience is like the, so we are doing the everything in very practical manner. So in this type digital platform we are using here, and many another things has happened and happening in the future in India for connecting the pupil with digital platform. Yeah, thank you everyone. Next slide, please. Yeah, I have time.
Yeah, maybe the time is over. Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you. Yeah, for operator, maybe. Yeah. Thank you very much for Dr. Asis Kumar Tamran for your inspiring presentation. Yeah, that
Yeah.
gives you, yeah. And then going to the next session is about question and answer questions. For all participants around the world, please you may activate your raise hand tool to ask the question, yeah, to ask for the speakers, and also, or you may also type your questions in the chat box. Yeah. Okay, well, we have a question from Bapak Khairul Anwar from SMP Muhammadiyah 2 BPN, ya. What effective platform learning method for junior high school? Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
Dr.
Anwar.
Okay, please.
Anwar ji, yeah. For the junior classes, Anwar, we also use one platform. I just want to share in here. First is the SWAYAM. Whenever you are searching SWAYAM in your Google, you just got different videos, audios, and different lectures by the IITs, NITs professors. How to teach the topic, and also using a different tools is there for improvement the slow learner as well as the good students. So if you are using a digital platform, there is a lot of option for you to just, yeah, sorry, yeah, in a digital platform, there is another medium is there to just improve the level of student. Swam is a one, and Dizzy, and you also search in a Dizzy platform for the student of your class 1 to 10.
Okay, well, thank you. One more, maybe? Okay, how about Mr. Aruraman about the question? Excuse me, Professor? Or, okay, we have a question here from Ibu Laili Agustina. In learning using digital technology, students need to use devices, but sometimes students steal the opportunity to open application or other things that are not related to learning. How do you overcome these students to stay focused on learning? Maybe Associate Professor Aruraman, please. Hello? Excuse me? Okay, or maybe Dr. Asis Kumar will be answer this question first.
This is a very nice question, ma'am, because we also know that the coin is a two-face. This is a very, but there, one perfect answer of that question, we have to just monitor as a parents, as a mentor to the student. You are absolutely right. The drawback of this technology is also high because of whenever we don't know students what are you doing. We are just talk to a student. You have to write in what is computer, but they are writing another things and they are watching another things. I think you understand what is my point. But there we have to just monitoring, strong monitoring, as a parent, as a guardian, as a mentor, as a teacher to the student, because you also know that there is no any other option to just break these things. And the students are the students.
Thank you. Yeah. Is there Professor Rahman here? Okay, maybe because there are two questions, yeah, for Prof. Rahman, but yeah, maybe. Okay, here is one question for Ibu Zahrani Alifia Amri. I am Zahrani, a parent of an international student of Madrasah at the Muhammadiyah. Yeah. For Mr. Aziz, yeah, does the Ministry of Education make official education applications for students studying at home in every country? And how do parents control supervising children opening a safe Google? Okay. Okay, please, Dr. Aziz.
Yeah. Again, repeat the same answer. We have to strong monitoring in there. We can't just throw the student alone. It is not possible. Okay, we have to strong monitoring in there, madam. First, second, in the government of India is organized and launches the many platform which is completely secure for the student and parents. Yes, your point is right, and you also worried about students are misuse the Google platform. I understand your point, but this is the one side effect you can say, and this is the drawback you can say. But we can control by strictly monitoring by the parents, by the teacher. And actually, I don't know about the another countries, but hope the government of another country, Ministry of Education, also launch a different platform for the education purpose.
Well, thank you very much for the answer. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, maybe this is the end of the first session, yeah. But before we move the second session, okay, let us watch the video together. Oh yeah, thank you very much for your participations, but don't leave, yeah, because we will move to the second session. Okay, thank you for Dr. Aziz Kumar Tamran for your inspiring presentation. Okay, hopefully we can meet in the next agenda. Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Aziz.
Definitely. Yeah. And thank you, Director of Madarsa, and my friend Shetwanji. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, and also we will say thank you to Professor Arur Rahman for his time to present his presentation today. Okay, before we move to the next agenda, we will watch the video together. Okay, please. Welcome back again in International Seminar on Education. Okay, now we move to the second session. In the second session, each material will be delivered about 20 minutes and followed by question and answer question. Well, this session would discuss about the implementation of digital technology in the schools. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce three distinguished speakers. They are Mr. Arjay Santiago MAED from Streetmood Prakan School, Thailand, Mr. Zul Azri bin Yusuf MED from SMK Sultanah Asma, Malaysia, and Mr. Dwi Setiawan, MPD from Madrasah Muallimat Muhammadiyah, Yogyakarta. Okay, good morning, everyone.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, it's nice to see you today.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Are you ready to make a presentation today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Now allow me to welcome Mr. Arjay Santiago MAED from Streetmood Prakan School, Thailand. Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, time is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so before I start this presentation, first we would like, on behalf of Mr. Tanyawit Wuti Sawangwang, our Deputy Head of Satri Samut Prahan, we are so grateful that we were invited to be part of this prestigious event and be able to share some key points in digital literacy in our school. So today I'm going to talk about digital technology and digital literacy. First, I'm going to have some questions, so maybe everyone could participate. You don't need to turn on your microphones. I just want you to maybe think in your head. So guess what is this animal? So maybe some of you would think it's a donkey, or if it's bigger, then it's a horse. But if you are going to see the whole picture, it's actually half horse and half shark. So it's like a hybrid animal. And next, so I want you to guess again, what is this animal? So you see a tail, and it's furless. There's no fur. And if you're gonna see the whole picture, it's a cat and half cat and half pig. And let's have another one. So this one has a head of a giraffe. So maybe now you know what I'm trying to point out here. So it's half giraffe. So maybe some of you can guess what's the other half of this animal in the picture. So if you're gonna see the whole picture, it's actually half giraffe and half turtle. So what I'm trying to point out here is that digital technology is always changing. And we should learn variety of technologies, and not just technologies of today, but with new things too. So you'll always be adapting and changing according to Deakin University. What I'm trying to say here is that technology is always innovating. It's always changing. So we should learn how to be adaptive, whether we were born in 1990s, or like what the first speaker said, Mr. Aru, right? Mr. Aru said that there are generations where people did not really use the technology in education in schools. So now that there are like teachers that were born in Generation X, Generation Y, who are not so used to like using the technology in the modern day, in the present time. So we should learn how to be adaptive so that we would be able to teach students of the present time to manage and to guide them in using digital technology in schools. So what is digital technology? Digital technologies are electronic tools, systems, devices, and resources that generate, store, or process data. So well-known examples include social media, online games, multimedia, and mobile phones. Digital learning is any type of learning that uses technology according to Victoria State Government of Australia. So here, if we're gonna be using technology and we're gonna synchronize it with the curriculum of the school, then that's gonna be digital learning. Here in Thailand, so here I'm gonna talk about the statistics of like digital technology in Thai schools. So 99% of schools in Thailand have access to electricity, computer, and internet, because all of those three things, they work together. So we need electricity for us to be able to use computer and the internet. So this is the total statistics of that. And although small in numbers, there are still schools without internet. So approximately, as you see in the figure, we have 255 schools covered under the study reported no connectivity. So usually most of them are in the northern and southern part of Thailand, which are countryside. 29% of schools do not have access to the internet through optical fiber. And that means if you are aware of fiber optics, we have the copper connection and we have the fiber optic connections, right? And if you're going to the countryside, most of them are like using copper connections, which means it's slower than optical fiber, or what we call fiber optics connection. 7 students share one computer in the school. That is, the large variations in number of students per computer can be noticed across the provinces. So since our school is located in the city, we're not facing this kind of problem, but these are things that are usually happening in the provinces, usually in the northern and southern part of Thailand. But in our school, it's like 1-to-1 computer, 1 student to 1 computer. So another thing is a large proportion of students do not have meaningful computing skills, because most of the students now use their phones or use their tablets and their iPads instead of using like a real desktop computer or a laptop. So it says here also that 54% of 16 to 19 years old population of students did not use computer for creating presentations at school. Because usually they would use their phones again and their iPads when it comes to doing presentations. Like example, it's like instead of using PowerPoint, they would use like the Canva app, if you were aware of that. And a large proportion of students do not use the internet for e-learning activities. So that is 97% of 16 to 19-year-old student population used internet for only for social media, compared to 17% for e-learning. They still rely on their teachers or friends when it comes to their lessons. Like instead of like trying to get the information from the internet, they would just be dependent on their teachers and ask the questions that they have in their head when they're having their lesson in the classroom. So actually, at this modern time, the students are very lucky, and also the teachers are very lucky that we have all the resources on the internet. By just tapping on your phone, you can like easily get the information that you need for that certain moment. And most students are still not guided when it comes to doing the e-learning activity. So instead of like asking the teachers or relying on their teachers and being independent in learning, they would just ask their teachers for questions that they have in their head instead of just searching it, because they already have the resources on their hand, which is on their mobile phones or in their tablets or iPads. In our school, most of the students have their iPads. It's like, especially the English classes, English program classes, they have like tablets and iPads available on their hands. Next. So what are the challenges that we are facing right now in our school? The digital technology is available in our school. So the students they know how to use them, they know how to navigate them. But the problem is the digital literacy. So what are the challenges that we are facing right now? So if internet is not available, some students cannot afford the 3G or 4G and 5G internet packages. Inadequate internet connection. So not all parts of our school, we have Wi-Fi connections available in our school, but it doesn't always reach the different classrooms. Most students do not use the internet for e-learning activities, like what I mentioned earlier. They use it usually for social media. So most students do not know how to research effectively. They know how to do research, but they do not know how to do it properly in an effective way. Plagiarism is also part of our challenge, because most of the students would just copy, if they have their homeworks, their assignments, they would just copy what they see in the internet, and they would not try to paraphrase them or try to explain the information or the ideas that they get from the internet. And also that's where ethics in doing research comes in. Critical thinking is also part of our challenge. Organized research. So they just do research, but they do not know how to curate and organize them. And dependent learning, like what I mentioned earlier, if they have their resources available, they have the internet, they have their gadgets to use when they have questions in their mind, but most of the time they would go for like the shortcut, like asking the teachers or their friends. So since we have tackled already, the past speaker already tackled about digital technology, and since we're part of the majority that have all the resources to digital technology, most of our challenges are related to digital literacy. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So what is digital literacy? The ability to understand and use information in multiple formats from a wide range of sources when it presented via computers, that is according to Gilster. Digital literacy is the ability to use technology as a tool to research, organize, evaluate, and communicate information, and the possession of a fundamental understanding or ethical legal issues surrounding the access and use of information. And that's where plagiarism comes in. Survival skill in the digital era, according to Ishet. So digital literacy, since we're in the digital era now, digital literacy is going to be part of it. And that's a skill that we need to learn to survive the digital era. So you searching and navigating through all types of information, you make choices based on what you find out and then share it socially using variety of tools. Let's say you're gonna search for you're gonna make travel plans based on what you find out. You're gonna create an itinerary and share it with friends or family and loved ones. So that's one example that I could give you. So booking a trip overseas on holidays. Let's say you're gonna book a trip. You're gonna make travel plans based on what you find out. So you're gonna create an itinerary. So what are you gonna search for? You're gonna search for accommodation. You're gonna search for the weather, so you can like prepare your outfit, because we love OOTDs, especially the young kids right now. You're gonna search for food. What's the best food to try in that place that you're going to? Of course, you have to learn the basics of their culture to be respectful and polite when you get there. And of course, best coffee. That's what we always look for, because we love going to cafes as well. Outfit, yes. So now you need to make sure that you know how to use these digital skills in similar way to be successful at the university or school's life, in your life, or even at work. So that is what we call digital literacy skills. So you have the skills already by doing like things like booking your flights, or when you're going on a travel, or by just searching for a recipe. So those are actually digital literacy skills. But the problem here is, how are we going to organize that? So there are steps that we that we are going to discuss today. So digital literacy is all about using technology confidently as you live, learn, and work in a digital world. But it's more than that. So it's not just using it confidently. So being digitally literate students means having capabilities in 5 connected areas. So this is what we are doing here at our school. So we have these 5 connected areas to help the students and to guide them to have that those digital literacy skills. So the first of the 5 connected areas, you should be able to search, which everyone can do on Google, able to navigate, and able to locate information in digital environment. And the next one, after finding all the information, the next things we should do are evaluate, or to assess what you have searched, analyze or examine the information or data that you have got. Critical thinking skills, you should be able to get the main idea of what you got. So after finding all the information, the next thing, we should apply critical thinking skills to check if this is relevant to my research needs. So that's why critical thinking skill is there. Okay. Then organize. manage and curate all the information they have found and storing them in a way that makes it easier to use and understand. So all these three, it's like about sorting and storing what you've got, what information you have got, and what data you have got from the internet. We should also learn, we are also teaching our students to create and construct and generate what they get from the internet, generating digital artifacts and digital identity. So what are digital, example, developing online presentations, making a video about your research area. I'm sorry for the spelling. I missed that part. And writing and editing an assignment. So these are examples of generating digital artifacts and digital identity. If you're not familiar with digital artifacts are objects that represents one's learning. In the changing educational landscape, more courses call for a visual item as opposed to a traditional assignment or project. So in the modern time, in the present time, we are more visual. So we do assignments or projects in form of a video. It's more like visual, or we have to see it. Examples for communicating ideas are animation, audio recording, cartoon creation. These are the examples. Information, infographic, interactives, screencasting, slideshows, and videos. So these are what we call digital artifacts. Okay, so I also mentioned about the digital identity. So what is digital identity? If you're not familiar with it, I would have to discuss it. It's the body of information about an individual, organization, or electronic device that exists online. Like the information, the privacy, cyberspace, individual authentication, and data that you get online. That is the digital identity.
Excuse me, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, your time is about 1 minute more, okay?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
And last part of the 5 connected areas is to communicate, to be able to share information, to connect, and to collaborate or cooperate and work together. So like what I mentioned earlier, we are teaching those 5 connected areas in our schools so that we should learn the variety of technologies, and not just technologies of today, but with new things too. So you'll always be adapting and changing. And to solve the challenges that we have recommendations to teach the 5 connected areas that I just discussed. To upgrade the download and upload speed of the existing internet connection in our school, do brainstorming and practice collaboration when internet connection is not available. We have this app that we use actually when doing collaboration at our school. We call it Padlet. And provide and share credible sources to the students. We also want to set guidelines to ensure adequate internet in the school, and to improve internet affordability for students. Digital technology and digital literacy is included in planning the curriculum and when writing the syllabus in our school. So the students will learn how to be independent in learning and doing research, or even just doing simple assignments. So those 5 connected areas are very helpful for the students to be independent in learning when the teachers are not around, or when there is no one to guide them at home or outside school. And before I finish my presentation, I would just have to leave a word of wisdom for everyone that diversity is innovation. If we keep on learning different things, if we keep on learning the variety of technologies, we're gonna be more innovative and we're gonna keep on developing as a nation. And that would be it. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
Thank you very much for the engaging presentation, Mr. Arjay. Well, the next presenter is Mr. Zul Azri bin Yusuf, MED from SMK Sultanah Asma, Malaysia. Okay, the time is yours, sir.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much, Mr. Imastuti Tiracahyani. Assalamualaikum and very good morning. First of all, I would like to thanks to our forum organizer, Madrasah Muallimat Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, Indonesia, for this invitation. Today, let me share my screen first. Okay. Can you see my screen? Sharing screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Today I will represent my school as SMK Sultanah Asma, Malaysia, in sharing our implementation of digital technology in classroom. This is detail about me. Okay, before that, I would like to introduce the background about my school. My school, SMK Sultanah Asma, is the first English-aided school in the Federation of Malaya and the oldest in the country since 1922. In 2010, this school was declared as a high-performing school based on their achievements. This year, the school celebrating the centennial anniversary for the establishment of the school. Okay. For the purpose, the teaching approach also need to be changed as time change. Let's start. Have you ever heard the term digital native? Okay, the term digital native is describe a person who has grown up in the information age, often grouped into millennials, Generation Z, and Generation Alpha. These individuals can consume digital information and stimuli quickly and comfortably through electronic device and performance such as computer, mobile phones, and social media. According to Muhammad Nazri Masaad, the daily activity of social today are greatly influenced by discoveries and the development of new technologies involving multimedia and communication. This environment to some extent form the young people who are called as digital native. Okay. Therefore, this group of digital native or Generation Z needs to be prepared and formed with the advantages of their digital skill to face the Industrial Revolution 4.0. Okay, next I will share some teaching and learning activities that implement digital technology that have been done by some of my colleagues. Number one, I will share some teaching and learning activities that implement digital technology. Number one, utilize my colleague and me also utilize the facilities of the conference platform to conduct discussion activities with students in group. All classes in the school have a WhatsApp groups and Telegram group, so the information can be easily communicated two ways. Yeah, on my screen, you can see our meeting have done by with students. We can use a Telegram group to show their practice progress in Telegram group. And next pictures we show our innovation team student will discuss with expert and their others group members using online discussion. Okay. Number two, my sharing on number two is in addition, some teachers also provide teaching materials on various platforms. The teaching materials will be used for flipped classroom purpose. Students will get preliminary information about the topic that will be discussed by teacher the next day. Some teachers using a platform like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube for doing some flip classroom, give their information early before class start. Next, the number three, encourage students to use digital presentation. Students can produce more interesting presentation with the help of various media, such as audio, video, text, pictures, and others. This I will show you some discussion. The students have done some discussion, and the teachers in English class using Padlet to put all our student works in their Padlet. And this one and another is a group presentation. You can see group presentation doing a digital presentation, not using only a piece of pen and paper. Okay. This one is a video about presentation of one of my student presentation using visual and audio in class to their assessment. Okay, the sharing for the number one and number four is creativity and critiquing skill related to the skill used in mental processing and reasoning. Student will analyzing information, brainstorming, using imagination, thinking critical, making decisions, solving and problem. For example, during the pandemic, the practical of playing music instrument in ensemble and writing music composition has been changed. We developing student creativity in the course of music studying using digital environment, such as using application BandLab application when student playing keyboard music and do some music arrangement. And the number two, using application Maestro to writing music notation. This is one of example. This application is free of charge. Students create and do their creativity, express their creativity with this application. And next, English teacher using Canva to students for making a poster. We can see the poster about anti-bullying, then some writing a movie review, and the last writing a poem. Okay, next, we can see some English teacher using TikTok for the student to applying sequencing in TikTok video. And this one is writing music notation using application, using the application. It's also a free. Okay. This is other example, student project. We have group student, individual student projects. Student can using digital platform to create their presentation. Okay, the number 5. In our school, we have a smart board lab. Teacher using smart board for teaching. Using technology device like this can increase student participation. Okay. You can see the active participant from student in classroom. Okay, next, I would like to share is some teachers using interactive game like Kahoot, quizzes, and many more in classroom. This thing can form an active learning environment in classroom. Okay, independent learning allows students to explore and equip themselves with knowledge, which will lead them to be more accountable and aware of their capabilities. Okay, you can see the teacher using the interactive games in classroom. And the next, using digital ink. Okay, this digital ink is for online class or extra class outside school hour. Teacher can marking the student answer, can check their student answer, can explain more, more fluent. Next is Green Screen Studio project. Green Screen Studio project is built up. This is a DIY studio built up by a group of teachers during pandemic. This DIY studio is built from scratch with the full support of the school administration. The studio is used for various purposes. You can see the before this develop this studio and after. Next, can we see what benefit when we have our studio? First, we can see student can using to do a presentation, online presentation. Okay, next, one of our student play instrument is timpani video, and we recorded video and audio in our school and sent to another place, and they are combined with others musician. Okay, next, benefit from green screen, we using to parent and teacher association online meeting. We do live meeting, live streaming meeting during pandemic. Okay, next. What's the challenge? Effort overcome the challenge. However, there are also challenges in implementing all these things. Various effort our school try to minimize the challenges of implementing digital technology in classroom. We are facing the challenge first about digital device. Not all students can have their own digital device. Our school administration try to minimize this problem by providing financial aid and donation of digital device. These financial aids are obtained through the government, zakat, alumni, and others. And the second challenge is about internet access. School administration also are now trying to upgrading internet speed and will expanding internet access in the school area. The third challenge is lack of digital technology skill among teachers. Our Ministry of Education has provide several learning platforms for all teachers to master digital technology skill. the school administration strongly encourage teachers to follow it. Okay, this one of the evidence about digital device donation for students who can't afford to own a digital device. Okay, this is also a school administration and counseling unit identify students who are less able to afford digital device. Okay, also to alumni still contribute to give fund aid, and we go contribute also to outstanding student. We give their money for the outstanding performance and the financial aid for our students. Okay, this is a platform for teachers to gaining knowledge. First is APSA. Teachers and all teachers need to access this website. And the second website is we call Delima. This is an account for all teachers in Malaysia to upgrade their skill, digital technology skill. If you can see, we have Apple Education Learning, Microsoft Education Learning, and Google Education Learning. And the last, I will present innovation project from student and teacher project. This is one of innovation project conducting by Madam Shahrul Azrin as a teacher and their students. Okay, let me see. Let's watching.
Excuse me, Mr. Razul Azri.
Yeah.
Maybe in the sound of the video, we cannot hear clearly.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay, it's okay. Maybe you can activate this share audio also.
Oh, how to say? Wait, huh?
Maybe stop share first.
Oh, let's start share first.
And then check the after you click share screen, and also you can check the share audio also.
Okay. Wait, huh? Stop sharing.
In advance, maybe.
Okay. Let me try again.
Okay.
Can you hear?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Oh God.
You can click share screen. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Can you see?
It's still not working. Maybe.
Still not working, yeah? Oh my God.
It's okay. It's okay. Maybe you can keep going on. Yeah, it's okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Still can. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay, sir.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Okay, right.
Yeah, okay. Because the time
Okay.
is almost over.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
This is one of our team. Students and teacher conduct the innovation program who are using digital technologies. Okay, this innovation have achieved a gold medal World Youth STEM innovation, and another innovation is digital gamelan. Okay, this get a silver medal in international research seminar and innovation competitions. Okay, for the conclusion, I will leave your with two insightful quotes. First, from Sayyidina Umar Al-Khattab, educate your children differently from your current situation because they were created by God for a time that is not your time. And others, from Merce Presky, the learning method utilizing digital technology is since very appropriate for today's generation. This is called digital native. That's all for today. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for inspiring presentation, right? Okay, maybe this is the last material, the last presentation that would be delivered by Mr. Dwi Setiawan, MPD. Okay, for the time is yours. Just keep going, please.
Okay, I think we keep going.
Yes.
Can you see my screen, moderator?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Clearly.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hamdan wa syukurillah, salawatan wa salamun ala Rasulillahi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Honorable, the Director of Madrasah Muallimat Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, Mrs. Uni Rosidah MPD, and respectable all the speaker in international seminar in session 2, Mr. RJ Santiago MAED from Thailand, and then Mr. Zul Azri bin Yusuf MED from Malaysia. So all of participants of international seminar on education today. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for you all. First thing first, I would like to say Alhamdulillah, thanks to God, as we're given countless mercies blessings, so we can meet here via Zoom without any trouble and obstacles. And hopefully, we're always in a good condition, healthy, happy, and having curiosity, and having so much money, I think. I mean. So, thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much for this occasion. I think I would like to deliver my materials about digital technology for young learner. But the thing is about the theme that I have from a committee, I think is about the young learner. But I just want to limit the material. My sub-theme is about digital technology only for learner. Sometimes different things about definition young learner and adult learner, because I teach in Madrasah Muallimat Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, and then I teach not only young learner but also adult learner. So I think it's important. Maybe some people think that young learner only for the primary or the elementary stages, or primary transition to secondary school, something like that. So that's why I would like to try to engage the material for all kind of learners. It means that the young and adult learner, you know that young learner have their own characteristic, and which is different with the adult learner, and characteristic like it's gonna be the way of thinking, aptitude or attitude is gonna be different. So that's why I would like to deliver to all the learners in all around the world. So this is the thing that I would like to share to you. The first is this table of content. The first is about myth and fact. I think it's about technology, that maybe you have a misconception about that. And the second thing is about the importance of digital technology in education. And the last thing is about the school or classroom implementation. I would like to share to you, all people all over the world, I think, yeah? So, the thing is about 3 things that I would like to, hopefully the time is okay, about 20 minutes. So let's move on to the first thing, that's a myth or facts about technology. Sometimes that learning about the fact is sometimes is behind our commonly heard for the myth and misconception. The opinion of some people based on the personal knowledge of subject. The knowledge sometimes based on the myth or fact that they understand about. So the thing is, what do you think? I just want to engage you for the first time. Please, you can chat on the chat box types about, do you think that's a myth or fact? What do you think? Before I talk much about the technology, what do you think about this? You can type in the chat box about technology. What do you think? Technology makes the student addicted to learn or not? That's the myth or fact? What do you think? I know that maybe the student is addicted to technology. That's a fact. But what do you think about this? Technology makes the students addicted to learn? Please type in your chat box. What do you think? Okay, still, there's a fact or myth. Okay, you can see that maybe a teacher here, or maybe students, or maybe a lecturer can type what is the thing. It is a myth or fact. Mostly not. Okay, myth. Okay, thank you very much for cooperation and participation. Yes, thank you very much. So maybe some people think that's only myth, some people think that's the fact. Yeah, depends on the situation that we face it. Maybe for the old school, oh, this fact. Okay, thank you very much. From Nur Hayati. Thank you very much. So maybe for old school, the things that technology only, okay, myth, okay, good. So that's what I want to share to you for the end of the session, of this presentation, that the evidence of proof that technology can make the student addicted to learn. I think, yeah, not about anything. That learning can be something fun with the technology, so the student can be addicted to learn, something like that. Thank you very much for the cooperation. So the second, maybe three statements that I would like to share to you. So what about this? Computer or laptop should be shut down. Should be shut down every night. Do you think maybe when you do a lot of things in your daily basis, and then you forget to turn off your computer because you maybe fall asleep or something like that? Do you think computer or laptop should be shut down every night or not? Do you think it's myth or fact? What do you think? Please type on your chat box. What do you think? Because we're talking about technology, should be familiar with. Yes, give the laptop some to a rest. Exactly. Thank you very much. Fact. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I used to work at night with laptop. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much for the cooperation again. Yes, a fact. So, based on the information that I got, I think if you fell asleep and then maybe accidentally you can't turn off your laptop, it's gonna be okay, because every laptop, the modern devices right now can be moved to the sleep mode. Exactly. So that's why it is okay if you don't turn off your laptop. Yeah, exactly. Something like that. That mode sleep is right now on every modern device on laptop or computer. So there's something like that. So the thing is, the last one. What do you think about the last one? Thing is about this one. Video games can change good boy to bad boy. Do you think that's fact or myth? What do you think? What do you think again? So please type. Hey, sorry about that. Yes or not? Yes. Okay. All audience here say that. Yes. Not always. Not really. Okay. Thank you very much for your participation. But yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, for most cases. Okay. Thank you very much. So the things that scientifically it doesn't prove at all. Yeah, exactly. In 2013, University of Glasgow, Scotland, provide consistent answer if the video game didn't affect of the people's habit. That's a fact. So some other things, when the kid or children doing game less than 1 hour in a day, they can be happier than the kid don't play at all. That's the fact based on the scientific research. So that's a thing. Yeah, you can see the myth or fact based on that. So the thing is, you can see that the myth or fact based on technology that we can do it in our daily basis. Which myths that you believe so far? I think so many things that we can know that's a myth or fact. But the thing is, myth is not completely true and not completely wrong either. So if you think myth is not good, so just I think you just take it away, or you can do it exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing that I would like to share to you about the myth and technology that we have to do in our daily basis. Sometimes that we have a misconception about technology. So the next part is this important thing. This only for engaging. So wait for that. Okay. So when we talk about technology, what Mr. RJ and Mr. Zulazri talk about digital technology definition, I think we have right here, 2003. Digital technology devote a wide range of technology tools, services, applications using various type of hardware and software, and then facilitate service to create, store, process, transmit, and display information. So it means that digital technology included digital television, radio, computer, mobile phone, robot, iPad, or anything, something like that, that we can use to share, store, create, and display information. That is the thing about. So based on BB 2004, in education, digital technology are increasingly finding their way into young learner classroom worldwide and pave way for the new pedagogical approaches where students are expected to play a more active role than before. That's the thing, yeah. If we give them a chance to young learners, especially about digital technology in their life, I think they can be more active to do something like that. You know, I have a little story when I asked to my student is still a young learner, I think. So when I asked them about, tell me one thing that maybe you can't live without it. So my student gave me the answer about the smartphone. You get smartphone or laptop. So that's the thing. That's what happened in our society for young generation, young learner right now. So we can take away the digital technology from young learner right now. So we have to embrace it. We have to use it for digital technology in our teaching and learning process exactly. So that's an important thing. Like what Mr. Zulazri say about digital native. That's the thing. For the young learner right now, they grow up natural and integrated in our in their life, I think. So they call it digital native. If the people right now, young generation right now, we can call it digital native. So that's the thing, yeah. So, talking about the higher institution, I think that's good thing for Rumaika and Galan 2015, talking about digital technology in higher education of learning is used for developing course material, delivering and sharing content, communication between learning and lecturing and outside the world. Because the things that the student try to bring technology or outside the world to the classroom to deliver the material, presenting or lecturing or something like that. That's the thing. So I just want to give you information about what happened in Indonesia that we can see here, yeah. We can see here total population of Indonesia is 274.9 million. We can see that the mobile connection is 345.3 million here. So using internet or internet user is 202.6 million, so many things. So I think will be increased year by year. We will take in January 2021. So that's the thing. So I think it's happened also in another country. So again, yeah. So that's the annual digital growth in Indonesia, January to 2000. I just make it short, a minute more. Okay. So that's a population, a popular of the digital ages. Yeah, I think so. We can see here. Wait. Okay, that's the device ownership. Okay, B2 of the government, yeah, B20, I think. So the Kadin Kamar Dagang Industri Indonesia, Indonesian Chamber of Commerce Industry, have a main agenda about the future education and work for a digitalization era. I think it's important that the education should apply the digital technology in their learning and teaching process to make or to create the good graduate or people so they can facing the future job easily, because the future job should be familiar with the digital technology. So I think this is the thing that I will share to you, that the importance of technology in education. It keeps students engaged, exactly. The active engagement is important in our teaching and learning process, exactly. So the second one is about informing what are choices material that can be accessed easily anytime. So if the things, 2 minutes please. Okay, so the thing is about accessing a material based on the student choices to make the student broaden their mind. And so the third is about learning communication skill and performance in school and workplace setting. And the fourth is about the digital technology provide a fun and engaging learning experience for the student, exactly. So engaging learning is not about learning only, also about the fun things, one activity. And the fifth or five is about the access internet anywhere and anytime. Sometimes we have to hold down and waiting until someone's finished that we can do, but we can do it because internet we can access anywhere, anytime. So the sixth is about we can learn new skill, life skill, and acquire the new knowledge, exactly. That's the most important thing. And the seventh is about improvement of mentality and physicality. It means that we can focus on the academic score. Not only that, but we can focus on the physical health. And the last is about the up-to-date new technology to prepare the student or the grade to be the perfect one in the future. That's the thing. So the implementation, it is my implementation at school that we can use in technology, exactly. So here it is. So before I show you the evidence of the technology, this is the educational application to make learning fun. That I always use it in my classroom. Bitmoji, Canva, Padlet, quizzes, WordWall, Kahoot. That's the things that make the student addicted, maybe. Exactly. So the student can do it, won't do it, and do it again. So Bitly is about creating avatar. Canva is about designing something with a picture or poster or a video. Padlet is about something like a piece of paper that you can write to something. I will show you the student project. And then Kahoot is like a game, and WordWall is about the teaching resources, and the quiz is like presenting and quiz. And Mentimeter, Jamboard, Classicate, Google, YouTube, Live Worksheets. This is the things that we can engage, that we can do with the technology for the student. And this is my class, learning with the digital technology. This is improving writing with the Padlet. The student are writing something on a Padlet. They can watching, talking or something, and then playing game with WordWall, and then creating avatar with emoji, and then creating an English comic with Moji and Canva, and discussing talking note in small group, and discussing, you know, that in a group. And this is engaging. This is the student work, I think. So this is only the Canva comic. This is the Bitmoji and Canva. We can see here. And so this is a Jamboard. This is a Padlet that you can, this is the students writing, yeah? Student write anything all about the review, because our topic is about the food and beverage, exactly. So that's the thing, they can broaden, they can improve their writing skill over here. It's like a piece of paper. And here's the WordWall. And then the last is about the Mentimeter. And then the quizzes. Quizzes, we can use a playground also. We can use spin the wheel to choose whoever who want to speak here, like what I did for my student exactly. Yeah, this is the live whiteboard for the teaching live in the classroom using technology. And this is my YouTube channel exactly, that the student can using a flip classroom, they can take the sources anytime, anywhere. They can play again and again and again. So that's the thing. That's the last for me. The biggest part of our digital transformation is changing the way we think and do. Exactly, about the thing and about we act something. So thank you very much, because our time is so limited, I think. So hopefully it's going to be beneficial and something inspiring for other people, teacher, parents, or educational institution all over the world. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to you, moderator. Question.
Okay, thank you very much for the inspiring presentation. Next, maybe we have just one person to ask a question, yeah? We have Mr. Amirazan. Yeah, please.
Okay, do my voice here? Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. What an amazing presentation from our speakers, especially Mr. Dwi Setiawan. Thank you very much for your presentation. My name is Emir Razan. I'm from Mualimat, and I have a question for all speakers. The first one is, do you always teach students using technology? Do also combine with old method or fully new method of teaching? And the second one is, what are your suggestions for parents or teachers that want to utilizing modern solutions for teaching their children or students using media such as using TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and many others media? fully knowing that using such method will be really hard because the algorithm of the said media is following their own user. And basically it's depending on whether the children follow a knowledgeable content or just an entertainment. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Amir. Would you like to Mr. Arjai to answer the question first?
Okay, about the use of technology, we always use it in the school. Yes, we always use it in the school because we made it part of our curriculum and we also integrated that in our syllabus in the school. So we always use the digital technology in our classes. And for the suggestion for parents and teachers when it comes to like teaching other kids in the use of like digital technology, we since we are teaching independent learning, we actually have integrated digital technology and literacy in science and technology subject in our school. Computing science subject and also courses in different subject areas are required to implement concepts of digital technology until grade 12. However, to be able to systematically use the technology as sources, researching for digital literature and writing papers, school we opened up a course entitled Research and Knowledge Formation for all grade 8 and grade 10 students to learn how to basically and independently do research on their preferences. And also in our English program, we have seminar courses, so students will use the basis of research and how to use digital sources for literature from this course. So by those courses that we have in our school, students are going to be able to use digital technology properly and effectively. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Arjai. Well, would you like to give an answer, Mr. Zul Azri? Excuse me, Mr. Zul Azri. Okay, we can hear your voice clearly. Yeah?
Can you hear me?
Okay, good. Yeah, that's clear.
Okay, I will to answer a question from Joko Saryanto. He asked me, could you please share the teaching and learning of practical subject in your school or Malaysia technique or vocational school during school closure caused by COVID-19? Okay, my answer is not specific in the vocational technique and vocational because I'm not teaching in technique and vocational, but I can answer those questions for the overall. Okay, first, for me, I'm also teaching music in school. I have to do some practical on music instrument. So when when school closure because of COVID-19, I try to force to change my teaching method. They are closely to the objective to be achieved. So for example, I'm using for practical study instrument, I need to change the practical study to practice music instrument through the handphone or application digital application, something like Bandlets. and student can play keyboards in the touch screen. Okay, I heard some of teacher others had to finish some teacher they have finished theoretical topic first and look forward to the school opening as usual. And another, some teacher try to do whole hybrid classes. They open their class in rotation. Means not all student come to school, but they have a rotation student. And hopefully I have answered that question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zul Azri. Maybe Mr. Setia?
Okay, so I will add some more about digital technology for the student. Exactly, I always use digital technology in my classroom, in my school, because our school is international school, exactly. So that's why digital technology is the obligation or a must for the student to do it every single day, exactly. So, because the modern era, this is important for the student to do it. In any ways, exactly. And for the parents, I think technology cannot replace the human. That's the most important thing that we have to take about digital technology. That the thing is, when they are digital native, it means they're growing up with the technology and comfortable and embrace it with the technology, but we can just let them go, let them do something, but we have to accompany the student, maybe using a special application or control our student or learner or children at home while doing something with the digital technology. So that's the thing, because digital technology can replace the human as a control. We control our children, our student, but the thing is, digital technology only the tool make the people great for the future. So we prepare in Madrasah Mualimat Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, always prepare the student, the learner to be a great student to face the future job in the future, because the future only for someone who can master or handle or the familiar with the digital technology based on B20. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for all the speakers who answered the question. Okay, well, before finally we come to the end of the seminar, but before we close the seminar, we invite all the speakers to give their closing statement in 1 minute. So please, Mr. Arjay Santiago.
Okay,
Your
sure.
turn.
So one thing that what I would always say, diversity is innovation. We should learn the varieties of digital technology for us to be able to be adaptive in this digital era, and also learn how to be independent in learning by the use of like digital technology. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, please, Mr. Zul Asri, your turn. Excuse me, your sound.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
For me, I hope that the use of digital technology can be extended to all students in the school. Everyone needs to support this idea, because we will face the 4.0 revolution, where everyone needs to know how to using digital technologies. That's all.
Thank you very much. Well, the last, please, Mr. Setia.
Okay, so thank you for the closing remark from me. I think digital technology is the great tool to student to make fun and educational, I think. But in the term of getting a student, motivating the student, and work together with the student, teacher is the most important. So teacher can be replaced by the technology. That's the thing. Thank you very much for this nice occasion. Madrasah Mualimat Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. Thank you very much. Thank you very much again for the speaker. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for all the distinguished speakers who gave us the wonderful and insightful presentation. And also for wonderful participants who for the inspiring discussion. Okay, finally, please give a big applause for all speakers and all of you. Okay. Thank you very much for joining International Seminar on Education today. Hopefully, we can meet in the next year in the more interesting topic. Okay, Albirru manitako. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Maybe photo session after this, yeah?
Yeah, Miss Ani, please.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we end our agenda, let's have a photo session. And we don't know in which we in a slide, so please be ready and make sure that you turn on your camera and show us your bright smile. Hadirin yang terhormat, acara selanjutnya adalah sesi foto bersama. Dimohon untuk bersiap dan menyalakan kameranya. Terima kasih. Okay, we start from the first slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next slide. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next slide. Please make sure that you turn on your camera. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next. Oh, finish. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we reach on the end of the agenda. Let us close the International Seminar on Education by saying Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. That's all from us. On behalf of committee, we would like to apologize for any inconvenience in the running of today's seminar. Thank you very much for your participations. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.